Hello, welcome to the Caffeinated Cast-Ons YouTube channel. My name is Therese, also known as Caffeinated Cast-Ons. This is my channel. I'm a North Texas-based knitter, and you can see me talking about my knitting projects, what I've been working on, knitting plans, goals, things like that. Some caffeine, of course, hence caffeinated. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. It has been a little bit, I think probably 2 weeks since I have uploaded a video. Life has gotten crazy. It's been a long week. So this one, I think is going to be a bit of a long one. I've got a lot to talk about. So grab your coffee, tea, whatever it is that you're drinking, cozy up with your project that you have going on, and let's catch up. It is Saturday, November 9th. It is just a little past 8 a.m. and it is a chilly morning here in North Texas. I think it's actually like 48 or something, mid 40s right now, which I'm excited for. I can wear my beanies and be cozy. I've got my sweats on, so that's really nice. I am enjoying the chilly weather and it makes the knitting mood even better. I am trying to be quiet, so trying to get some good sound going here. My son is still asleep. Everyone's still asleep this morning. So where to begin? There's a lot to catch up on. I've missed the past 2 weeks. We've got finished objects, some new things that have come, new yarn, new project bags. I have old notes, so I'm going to try to go by those, but also like remember things as I go. So forgive me if I'm a little scatterbrained, but I guess let's just start with finished objects. My first finished object is a big one, and it's not going to be easy to show, but it is my novice cardigan by Petite Knit. She is all done, minus some ends to weave in. She has not been blocked yet. She's still got random stitch markers and safety pins, but she is done, and I am so excited. One, I'm so proud of myself. This is my first cardigan, only third garment I've ever made for myself. So yeah, it's great. Let me back up and give you some details on this pattern. So this is the Novice Cardigan Chunky Edition by Petite Knit, and I knit it, I think, bigger technically with than what I guess thicker with the yarn. Anyways, I used Hedgehog Fibers Tweedy, which is a DK, and I held that double to get this chunky, bulky fabric. I knit this on US 10.5 just US 10.5 needles, and I believe a US 10 for the collar and the cuff here. The button band was a lot easier than I was anticipating. So here's the side with the holes, and then the side without. That's the wrong side. I still need to find buttons that I want to sew on here. I'm not sure of what color I want to do. I'm thinking maybe clear or something with a sparkle, like clear sparkle, or choosing a color from the tweed and using that for the buttons, like maybe a pink or something. Originally I was thinking brown, just because there are a lot of other colors going on, but I think it'd be super fun to pick out one of the colors and do the buttons like that. Modifications, I think the yarn I used is a little bit thicker. For the sleeves, I followed everything. I knit to about the lengths that the pattern said to. My rate of picking up stitches for the button band was a little different. And I think that's pretty much it. I might have knit the cuffs a little bit shorter. I probably could have knit them shorter still because whenever I put it on, I have been folding it down. I don't want to sew it down that way because I like to have the option, but yeah. This is, let me see if I can put it on. You can kind of see it on. It is a little bit looser than I was hoping to make it, so I'm not going to block it too aggressively because I do not want it to grow much more than it is now. It just needs a good wash. Yep. But it will be nice. It's going to be thick and warm for sure, so I'm not sure. Like, oh, I'm stuck. Hold on. It is going to be definitely a warm piece. Yeah, but so excited. I need to give it a wash now that it is getting chillier here. My window of being able to wear it for the season is starting to open, so I need to do that. Speaking of yarn, I did have some left over. I believe I bought 9 skeins total. And I was holding double by caking up 2 skeins at a time and pulling from the center and holding it that way. This is what I left off with. So I might make, I don't know, a beanie or something with that. And I do have one more full skein intact. But I will have notes on my Ravelry project pages as far as like how many skeins I used. That way, if you want to make one too, very similarly, you can do that. Okay, let's get into whips. One whip that I was not expecting to bring out because it was in hibernation, but so excited that I did, is my DK jelly blanket. It is in this humongous bag by the Bay Bag Co. And this is the El Grande bag. The perfect bag for like blankets, large projects because it holds a lot. So let me get my blanket out. And this is this is the Jelly Roll Blanket by KF Jones. I'm doing a DK version. I saw this idea from the Crazy Sock Lady, and these are the same modifications that she made in her blanket, and now the pattern does actually have a DK version. But I am just holding fingering weight double with a ton of different yarn scraps, and it's been a while since I've showed this. And it's not easy to show. I already lost some yarn down there. But to get an idea, you can kind of see all the different scraps in here. Ooh, here we go. And this is just scraps from projects like socks and beanies left over. Friends and I have like traded yarn, and so there's just so many different yarns in here. I'm pretty sure all of them are probably like a superwash and nylon mix of some sort at least. Yeah, but it's exciting. And so last time I showed this, I'm pretty sure I had just finished the 4th strip, and I worked on the 5th strip over the last couple weeks. So I didn't have a stitch marker or a progress keeper to show, but basically somewhere in here is where I picked it up, but I don't think I ever showed that. And then I added this one. And these are probably all around 20 grams. 20 grams is what my friends and I share with each other. But some are smaller, some are bigger. Just depends on what I've got left. And then this is what I've got so far. Let me find the ball because it's woven through my chair. this is the yarn that I'm working from right now, which is a self-striping yarn. I want to say this is Night Owl Fibers, and the colorway is Lion Witch Wardrobe, I believe. Yep. And I am working this on a US 6, which is a 4mm needle. These are on the Signature needles, Signature Arts needles. They're no longer in business, and I am so sad. This is my one and only set of needles from them, and I am so sad that I did not buy more while they were in business, but I didn't want to buy them just for the sake of getting my hands on them because they were a little bit more expensive. I wanted to make sure they had a specific project to go to. So I'm a little sad that I didn't get my hands on more because they are like the perfect like grip, but also slippery. I can't describe it. If you've knit with them, you know. I kind of wish I would have bought a second pair in the same size if I wanted to have 2 blankets going at the same time. Yeah, but big fan of these needles. If you've got them, never get rid of them. So originally I had this project in hibernation just because I had other projects that I wanted to work on. It really has brought me a lot of joy to work on this again, and it's so addicting to work on because it's like you can't wait for the next color change in there. So especially now that it is getting chillier and we're heading into the holidays, I think this is going to stay a whip. I'm not going to actually put it in on my whip list in my knitting journal, because then I think I'm going to go in with the mindset of I need to get through all these scraps because there are 2 gallons of Ziploc bags in here of scraps to add to this project. So just a continuous whip going on. My son just woke up, so the rest of this video, I don't know what it's gonna look like. We'll see if I can jump back in here a little bit later. The lighting might be off or something. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, but I will be back. Okay, he's laying back down on his own, so I think we're still good. I'm just gonna try to be a little bit quieter. Okay, I have 2 new cast-ons that I'm gonna show you, and I'm not sure which one to do first. I think we'll do the one I'm most excited about. So this is in a bag from McKinney Knittery. It says, stab him, strangle him, pull out his guts, throw him off a cliff. And this is just a mnemonic device to remember the knit stitch. I think it technically works for single crochets too. Okay, so I have cast on another garment for myself, and I'm super excited about the yarn, the pattern, everything about this project and how it's knitting up. So I have cast on a ranunculus, and I know it's a super popular pattern right now. I've had it in my favorites for a while. And then this past year at DFW Fiber Fest, so many people were wearing it. So many vendors had it as a sample in their booth, and I knew it was in my future to knit this project. So let me show you what I am working with. I can't remember when I cast this on, sometime in the last 2 weeks, but I've made great progress. If I can find the right way. Okay. Oh my goodness. It looks much more gray. There is very much of like a purple in this gray. But I have finished the yoke, did the raglan increases, separated for sleeves, and now I am just knitting the body to my desired length. I am so excited. First of all, the yoke is just beautiful. Just like all the different details in the stitches. I can't wait to block this because I know it's going to bloom so beautifully. I am doing a DK version of this, and I am knitting it on a US 10.5, I believe. Yes, US 10.5. The pattern calls for a US 10 needle with fingering weight, but you can use any yarn, any weight with any needle combination to get gauge. With holding fingering double to for a DK and sizing up half a needle size, I think my gauge, I think the gauge is like 3.5 stitches per inch. I'm at 4 stitches, so very like just half a stitch. So it's working so far. I am using a U2 yarn in the Fabulous sock base, which is 85 merino, 15% nylon. And the color, you know, I don't think there actually was a color listed. It's just lot GB86. And I bought this at Fiberfest. And then I bought 3 skeins. Here is what it looks like intact. And I've used 1 skein so far. I'm in the middle of my second, and it's kind of falling apart, but this is how much I've got left in the second. And I did mark where I joined skeins. I think it's on this other side. Okay, yeah. So the first skein, sorry, ignore my lifeline in there. It's kind of a mess. Where'd it go? Yep. So right here, it's just like right after the yoke, I think right at the raglan is where I ended my first skein and joined the second. So the first skein with the fingering weight held double got me through the yoke and then joined at the raglan with the new skein. And that new skein is basically right at the raglan and the body. It's hard to tell because it's all scrunched up on needles right now. And then I have a lifeline that I put in right before I split for sleeves. I think the sleeve should fit. It was hard to do a try on because then I realized the lifeline went through where I put the sleeves on hold, so it's not stretching out as far as I want it to. So I think that's the only thing I'm nervous about fitting, is just that the sleeves are big enough. But other than that, like, I'm very excited about this piece. So we'll see how much I can get done knitting on this in the next week. Originally, I wanted to have this done by this upcoming week because I wanted to wear it for something specific next Saturday. We'll see. Next new cast on is a pair of vanilla scrappy socks. I have these in a bag. Again, this one, this is also by the Bay Bag Co. I got this at DFW Fiberfest, and this is like in an older material that she had. And I really just loved that brown color. So this pair of vanilla socks, I am working just well, I mean, it's not exactly a pattern. I'm just doing a vanilla sock recipe. I'm doing it on Magic Loop, and I'm doing a fish lips kiss heel with it because I'm working these toe up. It's been a while since I've worked a toe up pattern. So let me show you. Again, I don't remember when I cast these on, but that will be listed below in the Ravelry project pages in the description box. So I don't know if you recognize these scraps, but I already knit a scrappy sock, or a pair of scrappy socks with these yarns. This is the scraps of the scraps. To use up the scraps as much as possible. Yeah, so super fun. So sock 1 did the toe, just knit until this color ran out, knit until this color ran out. Did a fish lips kiss heel. I think this is sock 2. Yep, sock 2. It's actually sock 2. Sock 1, I'm trying to keep them consistent. I'm a little more behind on this one, so I did the toe, color 1, halfway through this color, and then I can start the heel. Yeah. So I'm just knitting them. I'm pretty much going through the rest of the scrap and then getting the other sock to match up to it, whichever one looks like it has less of it, because I want them to still somewhat match. And then the rest of the scrap is just going into my magic knot ball or whatever doesn't make that cut, but essentially using up the rest of the scraps. Yeah, so working on those. I've got some new things that I've added. Acquisitions, I guess is the word for it. I've got 2 new project bags, some yarn, so this should be fun. So what I'm going to show you, I actually got at Juju Knits. This was part of their 5th birthday celebration a couple of weeks ago. It was super fun. I am a part of their BFF program, which is like Best Fiber Friend. So there's a certain amount of dates that I get a 20% off discount, shopping events, things like that, benefits that I can take advantage of. It is a yarn shop that I wanted to visit more this year. So I went out there for the 5th birthday. It was super fun, just nice and cozy. To look at the yarn, I was looking for a specific yarn for a pair of socks that I wanted to start. I found that there was a trunk show from Prep Eclectic, and I'll show you what I got there. And then I did sit outside and knit for a little bit with some people. They had tents set up. You could bring your own chair. They also had chairs because I did not bring a chair. I don't have like a lawn chair. But it was very nice. So that was super fun. Yeah, so if you're ever in the Fort Worth area, visit Juju Knits. Okay, first thing I got, or these first 2 things are from Prep Eclectic. They were at DFW Fiber Fest, and their bags are so cute. She does a great job. They are so well made, like high quality, especially her leather bags. But I got 2 different bags. One is just this zipper pouch that has llamas on it. Very cute little bead. And I don't think I have anything in here yet. Just a cute little zipper pouch to have. I could put notions in here, have it for a specific project, or just use it in my purse or something like that. So super cute. So I got that. And then the one I was super excited about because I saw her tease this on Instagram that she was bringing it to the Juju Knits trunk show is this bag. It is a wireframe bag. On one side it says knit, and on the other it says purl. It is so cute. But it is wireframe, so if I unzip it, it has some structure on the top. Oh, and you can see the yarn that I bought there too. But there are, let me take this out. There are a couple pockets in here. And it's great. And it's very structured, thick material. This is super nice to have. And I talked to her, I believe I don't know if she prefers Pamela or Pam, but I was talking to her that I had my eye on this bag. And I was like, oh, it's great because I'm going to use this as a visual indicator. Like I can read my knitting enough to where I know like what's a knit and what's a purl. But usually like if I'm doing increase or in plain knit rounds, like alternating those or like just anything like that where I have to alternate, like especially in my sock, like socks for the toes or the heel or something like that, I'm going to use this as a visual indicator. So I know like knit for a plain knit round, and I'm using purl as either my decrease or increase round. And she loved that idea. I was like, you should make some that say like increase, decrease, or like something like that. That'd be super fun. Yeah, but she was super nice. I am in love with this bag and super excited to use it. In here I have a planned project. So this is Madeline Tosh, the Tosh Merino Light, which is 100% superwash wool, and the color is Winter Wheat. And this is this beautiful like mustardy golden yellow. And I'm going to make a pair of socks with this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do the Hermione socks. I have those in gray, but I think they would just look beautiful in this yellow color. I'm super excited. So I have that planned in here. I need to get needles to put in here. But yeah, I have that, and I'm just in love with this bag. Okay, I think that's all knitting that I have for you. So for November, I have my knitting journal. October, I finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 objects. November is looking pretty bare right now. So works in that's in my eye. Works in progress. I have my ranunculus and my scrappy vanilla socks. Hibernation, I have an Afghan, and then my DK jelly blanket, which I'm intermittently working on. Goals right now, I need to find buttons for my novice cardigan, and I don't necessarily want to put a deadline on finishing my ranunculus by next week because I just don't want to put the pressure on myself. Yeah, but I think November is just going to be focused on cozy knitting, and really just working on projects that are fun to work on for me. Yeah, so that's kind of the goal. We're winding into the holidays. It's a busy time, and I just really want to enjoy my knitting. I will say it has, I don't know, the past 2 weeks, part of that break was, it was almost becoming stressful not to knit, or I would just get frozen and not know what to do. It's been a week. It's been a very exhausting week mentally. So yeah, just trying to knit my way through that, essentially. Did some reading. I did finish the Bone Code. I really wasn't a fan, which I have to sneeze. I need to finish this up because the sun is like moving. I finished the Bone Code. I really wasn't a fan, which I was a little disappointed in. I think I like Bones, the TV show, better than the book. I just didn't, I don't know. To me, it's not the same. So it wasn't a bad book. I just didn't enjoy the read, like the process of reading it. Sorry, my son is like moving on the monitor now. It's just about time for him to wake up, and I need to get him breakfast ready soon. Yeah, so just finding time to read. I did start a new book. It is the Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. I cannot remember the name of the author, but it's just about being mindful, slowing down, and just really breaking down. It's like, well, why do we feel the need to be hurried? Like, why do we feel the need to fill all this time with things? And why can't we just take a beat, you know, and be fully present? So I'm really enjoying it so far. It's a fast read. Ironically, talking about being in a hurry, it's an easy read. I'm about halfway through right now. I've been trying to read about 10 pages a day. And I think I read more than that each time. Okay. So goals for this upcoming week, I would like to finish the body on the ranunculus. I'm not committing to getting it done by this time next week, but I would just like to have the body done, and then I need to make some decisions on what I want the sleeves to be. Originally, I wanted to do the short sleeve version, but I did put them on hold just in case I wanted to make them a little bit longer. Sorry, this is like bad. Yeah, but I would like to at least finish the length of the body. I think that'll be a good spot to be in. And then I want to finish the heels, or the other heel on my sock 2 of those scrappy socks. And then I might cast on either the Hermione socks, or I might cast on a beanie. There is a beanie that I've been wanting to knit. I believe it's called the Manhattan beanie. I can't remember who the pattern is by, but I have some yarn that I've been wanting to knit with it, and I think it would look great. You know, it's getting chillier, so I need another beanie. This one's bright. The yarn I have in mind is like a burgundy wine color, but I'll show that if I cast it on. Yeah, so those are my goals for this upcoming week. And then just keep reading and drinking coffee and being cozy. The holidays are coming up here. So we've got Thanksgiving and then Christmas and the New Year, and I know it's going to go by super fast. I need to start Christmas shopping. Yeah, so lots to do. Let's wrap her up with some 3 simple joys, because it's been a little hard to find joy and I really want to find things to be joyful about. Simple joy number 1 has been walking. I went on a walk every single day this week, and it was so nice because we had daylight savings time here in the States, and we went back an hour, and it gets dark so much earlier now. Like the sun sets for me like at 5:30, and so it's super dark. And so I can't take like an evening walk. And I work from home, I'm inside, I'm missing a lot of sunshine time. So I'm trying to get in a walk every day, and that's been super nice. Simple joy number 2 has been reading. I had finished The Bone Code, and reading the next book has made me get really excited about reading again. I've really been enjoying that, and so I try to finish each night with reading, and that's been going really well. And then simple joy number 3 was actually just like taking that 2-week break from uploading. It's super fun. Like I love uploading videos here to YouTube, but it is harder to find that time to do that. And so it really allowed me to like cast on two new projects and really finish things. And so I did enjoy it from that aspect of not having to worry about showing what I was knitting. It's super fun to share it, but I just really enjoyed it like being mine for a brief period of time. So it was nice. Yeah, so those are my simple joys. I just remembered there was things that I got that I didn't get to show you. The lighting is bad, but I'm going to continue and I'll edit this in. I went to Target and I found the cutest things I think are perfect for knitters, crocheters, the like. So in their dollar section, their dollar spot, whatever it is, I found this velvet basket. It's collapsible. How perfect would that be for putting a project in and then just like toting it around the house? I think this was $3. And then I saw mini versions of it, and how perfect is this for like a single skein and sock project? I bought 2, one in green, one in this like creamy color, so I can differentiate sock 1, sock 2 if I'm working 2 at a time. I thought these were the cutest things. I tested it with one of my cakes, and a cake fits in there perfectly. And then if I'm working with 9-inch circulars, that's even better because they'll fit so snugly right in. So I got some of those. And I'm like losing. This is pretty much over. I found this cute little thing. This is part of the Magnolia line. And it's just like a little wicker basket. And in here, like I have my needle toppers and bobbins. So super, super cute. They had different sizes of this. They had like I think small, medium, and large. So super cute. Okay, this lighting is pretty much gone. My son's about to wake up. I need to make breakfast. It was good to see you and chat with you again. So I'm hoping to make this more regular. I really need to just pick a day and work it into my schedule and all that. Yeah, so until next time, stay caffeinated, friends.